Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's like, share, subscribe, let's get it. Let's go. Promise you, man, seeing my bro go home, man, bro went through the door. We was just looking at him like, man, it's crazy, man. We in 4C. We don't got the window where we can look and see the boulevard, you know what I mean? So just watching bro dip out that door was nuts, man. Seeing the police take him, it was a good feeling, man, but it be hurting for me. It always hurts slightly, man, to see somebody go to the crib, not in a bad way, but like just in a way that I wish that was me. That might be in a bad way, but still though, man, like I have seen a lot of people go home in my time, but to see bro go home, it was a bittersweet. I was happy, man, because you know what I mean, to see him dip to get away from all of this red team stuff, but I knew he was going out on the street to all the red team stuff because it was just getting majorly crazy in our city and Tidewater in general, in Virginia, period, man. So like, I was hoping for the best with bro. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. I was hoping for the best with bro, man. But I say when bro first had dipped, like when he had first dipped around this time, it's kind of like I had went to 3D. Now I'm in 3D, and this was like the first time I was my first ever jack. So I got a jack when I was at Sussex, my first jump. We end up. You gotta go watch the story, man. I don't want to ruin the story, but go back and watch. You know what I mean? The story, man, is all the way at the beginning, man. It's a banger too, man. But this is when I had the first phone. But when I had got that phone, bro was already home probably for about a year. You know what I mean? I wasn't one of them dudes that was calling him trying to, nah. It took about almost a year, but I still had his number in my phone book, which I had his mom number. So when I had got the phone, I called his peoples. His peoples gave me his cell phone number. I called him. I talked to bro like a couple times, man. Bro was like, yo, he be back and forth out of town. He was like, he be winning. He was like, look, he got his neighborhood on smash. He almost got this part of Norfolk on smash. He was like, he'd be out the beach doing this thing, but he was like, he basically lived in Florida. But he was like, look, this is what he be doing, da-da-da-da. So like, I'm hearing what bro talk about, man. You know what I mean? I'm hearing what bro talk about. I'm like, that's what's up, man. He was like, look, bro, I'll send you some money. He was like, cause I ain't got time to get nothing for. I was trying to get some work from him. He like, bro, I ain't got time. I seen y'all like, all right, that's a lot. So he was like, look, who at Western Union? I was like, this Western Union, my people's $1. So he used to do stuff like that, and I was cool with that, man. You know what I mean? But bro basically was like, he was moving fast. Like, he was moving fast, and that's what he was doing. So time went on, man. When time went on, I ended up losing the phone. When we ended up losing the phone, I ain't gonna tell y'all that happened because you gotta go watch the story. But once the phone was gone, like, that's how I had kind of lost track of bro, because I wasn't gonna be the dude that gotta call him, collect, and be worrisome. Like, I don't know. I could have, but I just kind of like, he was one of the people, because I met a lot of dudes who gave me their numbers before they dipped out. Like, you and me, cool dudes that you rock with, but like, yo, bro, you know, y'all exchange information. You know what I mean? So I had a couple guys that I rock with in my phone book. So he was just another guy that I was like, yo, if I see him on the street years from now, like, I'll see if I can find him, man. But like, I'm gonna let bro live his life. So I kind of forgot about what he had going on. I kind of forgot about just checking on him. I kind of forgot about everything, man. So the years that went by. So fast forward to tape now, man, I get transferred to Lawrenceville. So now we are on Lawrenceville now, y'all. So like, this is around the time kind of like, now I'm in 30 building. I'm starting to be established. So I'll say this is what probably like, you know what I mean? 10, 11, maybe 12. So like, I'm starting to be established in the block. You know what I mean? I'm doing my thing. I'm cooling, everything good in 30 building, man. But again, the red team have a heavy presence in that block, in my building, my block, and the others on 40 building where I was at before. It's a lot of red team on the compound, man, in a nutshell, basically, man. So like, it was crazy going to another camp, seeing the whole dynamic of the red team, because like I told y'all, this time around, I was seeing that the first dynamic of a lot of blue team. Now it was even. Lawrenceville was even. I don't care what nobody say. It was a lot of red and a lot of blue team up there. Now it still probably was a little more than red, but at the same time, blue team had a lot of people too. You know what I mean? So I seen that for the first time. I'm getting used to that. Like, it's a lot of them on the compound, y'all. You can't duck no members. They had the G's up there, the red team, the blue team. Like, everything was up there, man. Everything you wanted to be was on that compound, man. So like, this was crazy witnessing this. But I have been up there some years now. So it has been like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really used to it now. So I felt like I knew a lot of the main red team members, man, because again, a lot of them be from the town. So the ones that wasn't, I knew a little bit of them too. But I used to see a lot of dudes anyway, man. I remember standing by the child hall, y'all. I done got patted down. But my man from 40 building pod is coming into the child hall door the other way. So I'm getting patted down right here. To the right of me is the block that's coming in. The dude's going into the door. But people be stopping, talking, because, you know, we leaving out. So I could have stayed in there and hollered at them, but they was just one of them days. They was like, yo, if you already ate, dip out. So I was already waiting. So I had just dipped anyway. I wasn't waiting anybody. I'm waiting on nobody anyway. So when I get up and got searched and I was standing by the fence, I look and I'm just looking, I'm just seeing dudes come in from 40 building. I see my homeboy, that's the red team, and I see him. And I see my other homeboy, that's in 42 part, that's the red team member. He coming with a bunch of red team members and they all walking. And I seen another dude that was a red team member. And then he had goals in his mouth. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, dang, like, cause I don't forget no faces. Like, I don't forget no faces. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't forget no faces. So when my man see me, he seen me kind of like right before he was about to hit the threshold of the door. He like, hey, Weezy, come back in, Weezy. So I'm like, I see the CO. He was like, no, I was like, man, let me go in right quick, man. He was like, hurry up. So the CO let me shoot back in. I shoot back in. I went on and just like kind of like walk towards where they gonna be at in line for the police won't say nothing to me. So I walked way over here to the corner and I see my man. I'm like, what's up, bro? What's going on? He was like, what's up? What y'all got going on down there? I'm like, nothing. So the dude with the goals, he come walking up. He was like, and I looked at his face. He's like, oh, Weezy. I'm like, oh, what's up, bro? I was like, Ace, man, where you? I said, yo, my homie was, oh, you know him? I was like, yeah. I said, man, how long you been up here? He was, I've been up here a couple weeks now. I was like, a couple weeks? I said, bro, I ain't see you, bro. I said, I'm in 30. I said, you in 40? I said, bro, I'm in the building right next door to you, bro. He was like, man, I ain't never see you, bro. I don't be coming out like that, bro. I just got up here. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, what you got going on, man? He was like, I'm cooling, man. But I'm so happy to see him. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even thinking that he walked in with the red team. Like, that wasn't even in my mind. I'm like, yeah, bro, so this crazy, bro. Man, you need something, man. I was like, what you got, bro? You need something, man? He was like, man, I was like, bro, man, come on, bro. You already know what I'm about to say. He looked at me with the eyes like, he probably was looking like, you about to ask, am I in the red team? But he didn't say that though. He was like, I was like, bro, you know what I'm about to ask, man? He was like, I was like, bro, how you back in here, bro? Like, what you doing back in here, man? Like, come on, bro. You was the last person I was expecting to see, man. Like, what are you doing, bro? I said, I thought you was going out there to get money, bro. He was like, long story, man. Long story, Weezy, man. But, you know, when you getting money, that's when stuff happened, though. I said, so what, you got a lot of time? He was like, I got 10 years. I was like, you still lucky, man. I was like, man, I said, we gonna kick it, though, man. I said, but look, you need something. He was like, no, I'm straight. The homies got me. I was like, yeah, bro. So that went over my head. And I'm just still talking like, yeah, bro, man, it's crazy. I was like, bro, I'm at 30, but that y'all lit over there, bro. I said, you might want to try to come over there. I said, you over there. I said, bro, you over there with all the members, man. I said, you sure you? I said, I can get you over in 30 building. He was like, nah, I'm chilling with the homies. I was like, that's when now my mind get back to where I was like, the homies. He was like, yeah. My homeboy was like, yeah, man. He was like, this is my buzzing right here, Weezy. I was like, oh, y'all related? He was like, yeah, it's my buzzing. So I'm like, oh, man. So he like, yeah, man, like, that's what it is now, Weezy. So the people like, come on. So then I made a gap in the line. So the lady like, come get y'all tray. He was like, look, what's up? How can we kick it again? My homeboy, that's the red team. He was like, look, Weezy, just come outside this afternoon. I'm like, man, y'all come outside. I dipped out. So I dipped, but the whole time on the walk back to the building, y'all. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man. I was like, bro, part of the red team game, y'all. So boom. That was wild right there. I'm like, man, got back in the cell, started thinking, man. I rolled up a Feezy, Dolo, started hitting the Feezy. I'm like, I started thinking back, because you know, this years later. But I don't forget nothing. Y'all know that. I don't forget anything. But this is years later. But I'm like, bro, with the red team, man, I'm like, that's bro. I know bro hated the red team. He made all that noise with his celly that time. We was in 4C. I'm like, yeah, he did do that. I started thinking, I'm like, yo, this junk crazy, man. I'm like, man, for real though, who am I though? Like after the la started kicking in pause, that's when I started thinking like who am I to kind of like tell bro like why you in the red team? I'm like, I think we cool enough for him to really like let me know. And like, you know what I mean? He know I ain't gonna be acting on no stuff like that. But bro rock with me enough, man, to basically give me a valid answer, y'all. So boom. So I just kind of let it go. And I was just like, when I catch them this afternoon, me and bro gonna kick it, you know what I mean? But I was like, I don't want to I really act on in front of his buzzing, my homeboy, you know what I mean? I'm like, I want to, like, you know what I mean? Dolo, because me and bro was all right. me and bro was cool, man. So I go outside, I see them, they on the fence across from us. You know what I mean? So like they got the fence separating, you know what I mean? So like we still can walk up to we like right there. You know, it ain't like the other side of the yard fence split. Like this is just a fence that was like they got the yard like separated, you know what I mean? So we like right there. So I see them, they was talking to the red team. So they seemed like, all right, we coming, bro. So I waited, so they finally pull up. So my man pull up. I'm like, hey, what y'all got going on, man? So they start talking. I just pull out a Feezy. I start rolling up a Feezy. You know what I mean? Start kicking it like I just got close to them. We just start hitting the Feezy. So we hit the Feezy, you know what I mean? Bro was like, man, for real, Weezy, man, I'm about to do a hostile takeover on this joint. I was like, what you talking about? Ace was like, man, I'm about to turn up, Weezy. He was like, man, I can get anything, bro. He's like, my people's got everything, bro. I'm about to turn up, bro. So if you need anything, bro, let me know. I'm like, yeah. I said, man, that's what's up. I said, bro, because listen, bro. I said, this joint a gold, man. Like, y'all see how my luck be? My luck be good like this, man, bro. Like, I already know for a fact now. Back then, he wasn't about that pack action when I was one of the most sussers, but now bro been gone for a while now. So hearing bro talk like this is the type of stuff I'm into. So I give him the rundown, the layout. I say, yo, bro. I say, yo, this joint a gold, man. He was like, yeah, homie's been telling me, like, yeah, like, bro. He was like, yeah, that green dot shit. He was like, yeah, that green dot stuff. He was like, yeah, I need a few of those. He was like, bro, I'm about to get some real money, man. He was like, I'm about to get some real money up here, Weezy, man. He was like, I'm about to put the homies on for real. So I'm like, man, that John crazy. So somebody called my homeboy, the other red team. And he was like, yo, he was like, come here. So bro dipped off. So me, I was like, yo, bro, come here, man. So me and him walking a little bit further to the corner away from the other people. You know what I mean? We got a little bit closer up on the fence. And I rolled up another Feezy. He was like, man, you got all this la-la. I said, bro, I be buying this la-la, bro. I said, I ain't got nothing going on right now, to be honest with you, bro. I said, here, bro. I gave him a Feezy. He was like, man, that's what's up, man. I said, look, though, man. I said, man, it's crazy, though, Ace, man. I said, man, I gotta ask you, bro. I said, how you end up turning to the red team, bro? He was like, I gave him the Feezy. He was like, shh. He was like, man, shh. I ain't gonna lie to you, Weezy, man. He was like, when I came home, he said, bro, I went to Florida for 3 months. He said, I was out there for 3 months, bro. He said, I wasn't even trying to, like, come back out here until I had everything situated. He's like, when I came back out here, I had the la-la and I had the way. He said, I had both, bro. He said, so I was out here, I had to get rid of it. He said, so, the main customers on the heavy side, he said, I wasn't dealing with no little customers that's buying $10, $20. He said, I was selling pounds and I was selling a lot of the white girl. I was selling zips of the white girl. So he was like, the main customers was the red team. So he was like, yo, he ended up serving to the red team. He was like, man, they was coming with so much bread. He was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, Weezy. He said, they had Norfolk on smash. He said, remember we talked about, he said, man, they had Norfolk on smash, bro. He said, man, listen, they had Norfolk on smash, bro. There was so much money being made. He said, man, I was getting major bread. So he was like, they was the main customer. So he said, bro, that was on Sussex too. The one that, that came up there, that was from his hood and all of that, that was already part of the red team. He was like, he had went to another camp. I forgot what camp he said bro had went to, but he was like, when he got to that camp, he helped bro get it lit. You know what I mean? He said bro was buying from him, but he was like, the dude that's on the street, that's the red team member that was already buying from him. They both was kind of making sure the bro was good, the big homie was good. So he was like, it was kind of like, I just transitioned into that because it was so much money to be made, Weezy. So he was like, by the time I was dealing with bro, that we was on Sussex 2, where he said, man, I looked up, I was dealing with his man crazy. So he said one day they just was like, oh, look, if you bum home, you don't got to get jumped in, bro. You gonna be under the big homie. What's good? You make sure the business right. You make sure the red team business right on the street with the la-la and with the white girl. You ain't got to get jumped in. I was like, he handed me the Feezy back. I was like, they told you ain't got to get jumped in, bro. He was like, man, Weezy, I had to work. He was like, I had all the work, Weezy. What I look like getting jumped in? They ain't messing up this face, Weezy. What I look like? So I said, bro, you went on and joined it. He was like, I had to. He said, one of the reasons I did is because it gave me more access to more soldiers, Weezy. He said, I had more access to more soldiers, bro. He said, them young boys was out there. All they need is the work to sell. He said, everybody just was getting money, Weezy. He said, man, it was money over money. So I said, so how the hell you end up back in here? He was like, shh, man, long story, man, long story. I know I was on probation. I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, I'm coming out the club, man. I see some niggas breaking in my car. He said, man, I just start dumping on them niggas, man. He said, I hit at them niggas through the parking lot. He said, the club was like in this little shopping center joint. You know what I mean? He said, I start hitting at the young boys. I start hitting at them. They dip through. They dip. He said, so I'm leaving. He said, I thinking I got away. He said, police pulled me over. He said, police pulled me over. He said, I was able to throw the hammer. You know what I mean? He said, but they couldn't find the hammer. So he was like, they hit him with the shooting in the Occupy, the Welling jank, you know what I mean? All of that stuff. So he was like, I ain't got the papers, the time on papers and that. He said his lawyer got him a 10-piece, you know what I mean? He said he was in the jail for like a year. He said he been locked up for a second now. So just catching up with bro, I had to give y'all that recap because like that conversation me and him had, like, that was a major conversation, man. That was a major conversation. And like, for real, man, like, explaining what he told me, man, like, it kind of gave me some clarity, y'all. So boom. And the reason why I say that is because, like, he went out on the street and played chess. Man, I remember how I tell y'all I be playing chess in prison? Bro went on the street and played chess, man. And like, he needed the red team. He needed the red team, man, to be able to get to the bag, because like at that particular moment in Norfolk, like everybody was red team, man. So like you had to deal with the red team, man. So like I semi-respected why bro joined the red team, y'all. Like y'all can tell me in the comments if y'all agree or disagree, but I semi-respected the conversation that he gave me and the answer that he gave me. Like I respected it semi, man. And like for real, like if I would have went home in the early 2000s, like if I would have been the dude with the work, I guarantee you it would have been somebody that would have came to me with the same proposition game. Now, what would I would have done? Shh. Man, if bro told me I can be the number 2 and I can keep feeding the soldiers all this work, I might have would have joined the red team, y'all, so boom. Nah, I'm joking, man. I don't know what I would have done, man. Who knows if I would have went on early 2000s, man. All I know is I always been my own leader. So, like, I don't know what I would have done. But at the same time, though, man, it was good catching up with my bro. You know what I mean? It was good catching up with him. And it was another good thing hearing about this pack. So once we got out of the way, my man walked back up, who was done with the conversation. So we started talking about the pack. He was like, yeah, look, goddamn, one of the homies got a roller. He was like, I'm about to snap. He was like, one of the homies got a roller. That's all. He was like, I don't want no visiting room shit. He was like, I'm trying to snap. I'm trying to snap. He was like, I go big or go home. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm like, bro, listen, yeah. I'm like, look, bro, I'm trying to spend some money. He was like, bro, you a lot. You ain't got to worry about nothing. He was like, you ain't got to worry about nothing, bro. I was like, listen, man, I'm trying to win, bro. Like, I'm like, it ain't nothing other than this. This is what it is, bro. He was like, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. He was like, look, wait for me when the gate open. So they let us off first. So I come off and I'm just standing over there by the gym workers with the cart where they put the stuff at that was on the yard. I'm standing by, they got like a little wooden joint. They put it on. So I'm just standing right there with CO, the dude, you know what I mean? So they went and let that gate off. So when that gate came off, they was already by 4 buildings. So I walk over there, you know what I mean? That bro up. Yeah, man. He was like, look, Weezy, what's up, bro? Rock with me, bro. It ain't too late, bro. Rock with me. You gonna be under me, Weezy. We gonna get to this bag. What's good, Weezy? What's good? I'm like, yo, bro, you remember such and such? I said, you know such and such that's in the pod next to you? He was like, yeah. I said, you know, that was my celly, bro. That was my celly when I first moved in the joint. I said, I was in your building when I first moved in. I said, I was in 41. He was like, oh, word. I was like, yeah. I said, look. I said, dude, try to bring me home. He was like, but he ain't from the town, Weezy. He said, I'm from the town. We gonna get to this money. What's up? Come under me, Weezy. I'm like, yo, bro, look, bro. Like, it ain't nothing personal, my guy. I was like, bro, but I'm already, you know what I mean? I was like, bro, I'm about 28, bro. I ain't trying to be in that stuff this late, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, man, that junk ran its course, man. I was like, bro, like, if you gonna rock with me, bro, rock with me. He was like, you know, I had to shoot my shot, Weezy, man. It's always time to look for good dudes. He was like, I know you a good dude. He was like, you just ain't never had the right dude pull up on you to bring you home. I was like, bro, I don't want to go home, bro, because I don't want to be responsible for all these other dudes that's in the red team. I said, I ain't even gonna lie. I said, it's some dudes in the pod that I feel like how you felt like when we was on Sussex too. Like, I don't like them niggas, bro. I said, it's a few. I said, I like a lot of them, but there's a lot of them that I don't like, bro. I said, just on the stuff that they do. You know what I mean? He was like, man, it's going to be like that, Weezy, man. He said, just like it's going to be when we was in doing time, and there was a lot of cool neutral dudes, but it was also a lot of in the way neutral dudes too, bro. He said, it's always going to be messed up on. I said, bro, I get it. You know what I mean? I said, but I just don't want the responsibility. He said, ain't no responsibility. It's our set, bro. He called it set out. He was like, it's our set. We ain't rocking with nothing else. You rocking with us or you with our set. I was like, I thought about my mom. I thought about what my brother would say. I thought about a lot of things, man. You know what I mean? But my answer still remained the same, y'all. I told bro, I can't do it, man. So boom. Bro ain't ask no more, man. He was cool with that. You can't bring everybody home, man. And plus when he probably heard that, damn, bro in 41 couldn't do it. He was in 7. Like, it was no chance. He probably just thought he had a truck car to use because he was from Norfolk just like me. But still, I wasn't with it, man. And I couldn't, you know, I wasn't trying to do that, man. So bro understood it. But he was like, yo, when that work come through, he got me. So I'll say probably about a week later, man, a red team member dude that's at my block, he came to my door. He was like, hey, Weezy, hey, look, dude, somebody wants you outside at the front door. I was like, at the front door? I was like, how am I gonna get out there? He was like, the door to slide open now. So I look. He was like, go out there now. So I shoot down the steps. I walk in the hallway, I make the left. I go to the front door. I see my homeboy. My homeboy looking crispy. He done got his property now. You know what I mean? He got the fake, he got this Lawrenceville. They had Tim's, But they used to sell the fake cinnamon Tims too, like the Jones. They look just like the cinnamon Tim. I never got them before, but like some people would get them to be on some, you know what I mean? Extra fly, different from the Tims. But they had the fake cinnamon Jones. Bro got the cinnamon Jones on, extra crispy. Jeans on, you know what I mean? Blue shirt on, jean jacket game, you know what I mean? Bro looking like a real Lawrenceville dope boy. That's word. So he had the door. He like, I'm like, I come out. He like, hey. He hugged me. He was like, look, grab it. I was like, I felt the joint. It was like envelope. He was like, grab it. I grabbed the joint. I put it in my pocket. He was like, hey, look, that's you right there. I looked at bro. I was like, damn, bro, you stink like a motherfucker. He was like, yeah. He was like, yo, bro, look. Goddamn, let niggas know, bro. I got it, bro. He was like, I got some tobacco too. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, I need some tobacco. You just give me all this. He was like, look, it's in there. He's like, I gave you something, bro. I gave you like a cup, bro. He was like, but look, just bring me some money, Weezy, man. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, definitely, bro. I said, look, I appreciate you, man. I said, I'm mad at you back, man. You know what I mean? But I said, I appreciate you, my God. So boom. I shot back in the pod happy. Y'all went up the steps like this. It's the sack run. I got up there quick. Soon as Popcorn seen me, he know the sack run. He jump off the washing machine. Hey, Weezy! He come around the corner. I'm like, I'm going to sell his old ass. Hell, Popcorn talking about, hey, I knock on the door. Hey, Weezy. Hey, I know you got something. I'm like, man, hurry up, Popcorn. Come here, man. He was like, what's up? Give me a feezy. I'm like, man, look, first of all, I need my laundry done. Here you go. That's for that. I said, look, you trying to sell some feezies? He was like, yeah. I said, man, look, my homeboy looked out for me too for the free game. Look, there was a pile of weed in that joint. I was like, look. He was like, hey, you got some cigarettes? I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? He was like, look, man, I need a few. I said, look, you gonna sell these feezies and you can have a roll up and you can have a feezy for free. But just make sure you do my laundry next. He was like, all right, gotcha. So I hit Popcorn off. Popcorn dipped out. Another knock at the door came. Yeah. It's my man. He come in. He like, hey, Weezy, you got some lala? I'm like, yeah, bro, come in. He come in. I'm like, yo, roll that up. Bro, start rolling up. I'm like, yeah, bro, I got some lala. I was like, man, goddamn, Ace from the town. He was like, oh, dude, this got it. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, bro, got it lit, bro. Bro, doing his thing. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, doing his thing. I was like, for real, I'm trying to get it together. If I could bring bro some plays, pinch off the side, make me a couple dollars the way I make a couple dollars, man. Like, I got to get it how I live. Pause. Like, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, I love when my man got the pack because it's like endless ways for me to win when my homeboy got it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like less work, middlemaning, cutting stuff, pinching stuff. Like, I'm being an all-around psycho, man. I'm sorry, man, but this is the price you pay when you got to come through the toll game. Toll staying out the way. These are the prices you have to pay, y'all. So, boom. Let me start telling y'all all my secrets like a psycho, man. But still, though, like, I'm feeling good about my man happiness, man. Like, I'm feeling good about it, man. So, like, my homeboy just standing there. He keep looking out the door, and he listening to what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But I'm like, yeah, bro. So, look, he roll up the feezy, you know what I mean? He keep looking out the door, and he sit down. He finish rolling the feezy. So, he finished rolling the feezy. He smoked the feezy. We lit the feezy up. I'm like, what's up, bro? You good? He was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm about to shh. I said, bro, we straight, bro. I said, look, you trying to make a meal tonight? He was like, yeah, I don't care. I said, bro, what's up with this nonchalant look you got going on, bro? I said, you keep looking like something on your mind, or you looking all crazy in the face, bro. I said, what's going on? You all right? He was like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm like, man, all right, man. So me and bro hit the feezy. You know what I mean? Me and bro hit the feezy. Everything straight. So I'll say for like 5 days, like, you know what I mean? I ain't got no work like that, but I'm setting plays up for bro. Every time I brought bro a $100 play, bro was giving me 2 spoons on the house. Bro had a bunch of regular. This was still mid game. He had a bunch of that mid. So he was just throwing me, and I was just bringing him plays, and he was just looking out. So like everything was going smooth because when I was getting stuff, I was looking out for my homeboy that was acting like something was on his mind. So the whole time now that bro done been on down there in 40 building, man, like he has emerged into that guy. Like my man that was down there with him from Norfolk, he was that guy. But like, nah, like Ace is that guy. You know why? Because anytime somebody has help from the streets that would do whatever you say, whenever you say, you are that guy in penitentiary, y'all. So boom. And that's a fact. Ask anybody, man. And that's who Ace became. It was basically like he was the leader without people saying he was the leader because he had all the work down there in 40 building. Everybody was scoring from him. He was looking out for a few dudes. If he was from Norfolk, he definitely was rocking with you. And everybody already know he definitely rocked with Weezy. Everybody already knew that, man. But at the end of the day, man, I was like it just didn't feel right because my man still was acting like something was on his mind. This is my man. He usually be happy. We got free plays. So like when he called me in his cell, you know what I mean? He told me earlier, like, bro, come holler at me later, bro. I ain't gonna be out like that, bro. Just hit me later, bro. I'm like, he was like, just come holler at me later. I'm like, all right. So I waited till after count. When we came back out, I shot down in his cell. Bro slept in like the 4th cell under my joint. So I shoot his joint, knock on the door. He was like, yo, come in. I come in the joint. I sit on the bench, same routine. I'm like, what's up, bro? I was like, bro, I'm about to roll a big feezy game right now, bro. He was like, hey, man, look, man. Like, for real, bro. Like I rock with you, bro. And like, I don't really want to get involved. And he was like, but you know, my roommate, part of the red team, bro. And his roommate was a red team member and now part, my homeboy. He was like, you know, my roommate a red team member, bro. And for real, man, like I rock with him, bro. Like me and him going on the street to rock with each other, bro. Like I really rock with him, bro. And like he just was telling me how them niggas down there in 40 building ain't look out for him down here. And like the whole time, bro, like I been knew about information about your man. I was like, information about who? He was like, about your homeboy Ace, the one that's from the town. I was like, what information you heard about him? He said, man, look, man, you either know or you know. He said, ain't a lot of people that know. He said, but I know. I said, you know what, bro? What the hell is you talking about, man? He said, man, they saying when Ace got tore off, he's supposed to be ratting.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but